Well, it's all over. Your boy KDB calls it a raps, man. Is he a City and EPL legend? Let's talk about KDB, the guy who did not have that freaking damn World Cup in freaking 2018. So, this, guys, is going to be KDB's last season. We knew this, and you could tell just by the body language, him not starting games, him coming off the bench, not playing key games, that, yeah, this was pretty much the end of the KDB run. I know what I say to people like, Rodri. Now, outside of that season, that they got 100 points. So no, sorry, where they got 98 points, where KDB was out for most of the season. But I think they still had David Silva in that 98-point season. KDB has been a major part. So all of you clowns who have zero football knowledge, yes, Rodri's a part. Another key part is KDB got old. And without a fully fit and fully unformed KDB, that's your creativity, that's your transition play, those are your goals. The amount of importance he is in the final third, which is where you get the goals, that KDB is huge. So you take KDB out and him not being top of his form, where does the Norwegian tree trunk get his goals from? Because the Norwegian tree trunk is reliant on the creativity and the passing of KDB. That's transition play. When you're now breaking from midfield into the attack, who leads that? It's KDB. And he's the guy that has some of the best decision making to make the right pass to Bernardo Silva, make the right pass to Doku, make the right pass to Han, make the right pass to Foden. So KDB being old, which is what happens to all of us, biology is undefeated has been key. So let's just see what he's been saying here, bro. Okay, so saying this, you probably realize that that's where this is heading. So I'll get straight to it and let you know that this will be my final months as a City player, obviously. Nothing about this is easy to write. For sure. City player for most of his career. But as football players, we all know this day eventually comes. Christian, are you listening? That day is here, and you deserve to hear it from me first, which is key. So no one like Fabrizio or someone like that broke it. Football led me to all of you and to this city. Changing my dream, not knowing this period would change my life. The city, the club, these people gave me everything. Had no choice but to give everything back. And guess what? We won everything. They did. Points records, wins record, and the key thing, that's Champions League and that's treble. Whether we like it or not, it's time to say goodbye. So Suri, Rome, Mano, Michelle, I think those are like wife and kids. And I are beyond grateful for what this place has meant to our family. Manchester will forever, maybe that's a Dick United, will forever be on our kids' passports and more importantly, in each of our hearts. This will always be our home. We cannot thank the city, club, staff, teammates, friends, and family enough for the 10-year ride. Wow, 10 years. 10 years. Every story comes to an end, but this has definitely been the best chapter. Let's enjoy the last moments together. So look, man, it's going to be emotional. I think if you're a City fan, knowing how key KDB is, it's going to be very emotional. And I think it's just like that's first game. That's basically the next. Basically, this, I think the two most emotional games will be the next home game that he plays, and obviously the final home game. Now, let me just check something real quick. What is City's final game of the season? Hold up, Manchester City. I want to know whether it's a home game. Yeah, no. So their final home game is Bournemouth on the 18th of May. The final game of the season is away to Fulham. So basically, 18th of May, that's going to be key because that's the last home game. And maybe they'll still need to say what's up to get off, but I doubt it. But look, man, yeah, I mean, look, as I said again, look, I have my issues with KDB because I feel that he robbed Eden Hazard of a World Cup. That if he'd shown up in that World Cup semi, Eden Hazard would be a World Cup winner, and none of you clowns and you morons would say anything to me. So that's just my main issue there, is him screwing over Eden Hazard's World Cup dream, which was robbed off of him because KDB didn't show up. Put that to one side. Here's the thing here. For a long time, we've said that, look, the best player or the key player for Man City is Pep. Like, Pep is City's best player. If you had to pick Okay, outside of Pep, because we know Pep's influence. If you had to pick which player is the face of this team, okay, well, you've got Rodri, okay, you've got Foden. If you had to pick, it's De Bruyne. If you had to pick a player, like, which player embodies this team? Or rather, which player has embodied this kind of dominance that City have had, specifically the foreigner? Hold on, that is getting foreigner. Like, who embodied the foreigner role? Of course, you could mention Rodri, you could have mentioned Foden, you've got to mention Gundogan, you could mention Pedro Silva. But if there was a consistent, ever-present name that was pivotal and key and had key contributions, it's De Bruyne. Whether it's the goals, whether it's the assists, whether it's the free kicks, whether it's the performances, and whether it's the influence on the team, it's truly been KDB. And I think for Pep Guardiola, he knows that, oh, we really need a replacement here because KDB is vital. And I think what we're seeing is this is the beginning of the transition. This should have probably happened last season, but they won the league. They did 4 in a row. And I think it's almost a victim of the success because once they did 4 in a row, it's like, hey, like 4 in a row, we were unlucky to lose to Real Madrid, which was only based on penalties. Okay, let's go again. So guys like KDB, Bernardo Silva, they should have left last season. I think that really the next guy to leave is Bernardo Silva. Now, there was another story I wanted to do because Silva, he came out and said that, bro, don't call us old. We are 13 over, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, this KDB thing, Silva, you've got to be next. Because what you're seeing, and it's only natural, they're getting old. And they're past their best. So again, guys, this isn't a Rodri thing. This is a transition thing. Where a lot of come on, guys, this is a team game. This is a team game. Rodri is not Messi. Rodri ain't Nazario. He ain't Maradona. He's not a one guy. No, he's not that. This is about several of these players who were pivotal for this run. And Silva's included. KDB is a high influence. Silva is right there. These guys, they need to be moved on, and Pep has to replace these guys. Now, the issue is there a guy that can replace KDB out there? It's hard. So you've got to maybe think 4-dimensionally and rather do like a like-for-like change. It's going to be like 2 or 3 players and change the way that you play. I don't think that there's a one-to-one change of a KDB out there. A guy who can produce you the crossing, the creativity, the passing, the decision-making, and the goal scoring. Like the amount of stuff and value he brings in the final third, I don't think there's another player out there in the market available to Pep that he can go out and get. So he's going to be hard to recreate, man. So yeah, man, look, for about KDB, man, I think when the season ends, and we talk about football's greats, Henry, Cristiano, Scholes, Giggs, Salah, Hazard, KDB has to be included there. Now, I don't know where he is, and maybe that's another discussion for another day, but you have to include a guy who was one of the team's most important players of who did a 4-pit. This is the greatest dynasty in Premier League history. It is. And even United fans will have to accept it is the greatest dynasty in Premier League history. And this is one of the most important and best players of the best dynasty the Premier League has seen. So, ergo, E equals MC squared. The equation has to equate to, he's got to be one of the greatest players. If he is one of the best players of the greatest dynasty, he has to be included in one of the greatest players. Now, where you put him, that's different. Some people say, no, I'm putting Salah and Henry better in terms of individuals. But he's in the conversation. He's part of the debate. We have to talk about that on the hangout and say what's up. So he's got to be up in that piece, man. So shout out to your boy KDB, man. But for Pep, he's going to be a tough one to replace, bro. A real tough one to replace.